Time to get real. I want to see some crazy Wiz Biz.
What's the magic made out of, Ding Dong?
I want to see some of that Wiz Biz.
This castle is in unacceptable condition! Unacceptable! Mathematical!
You can't like that.
Bacon pancake!
Hey, welcome back to the show. Thanks for showing up to Wiz Biz with Alex and Eric on this, our final episode of season 4, where we get into the episodes that make us cry and howl with delight. This is Adventure Time, of course, that we're talking about. I'm Eric.
I'm Alex.
And today we are talking about Adventure Time Season 4, Episode 25, I Remember You, and Episode 26, The Lich. Alex, how's everything going?
It's going, just sunshine and roses and gangbusters and gangbanging and the bang bus and bang bang, the walls of heartache, just all the things. How are you?
I mean, I guess, things are going. I've got some things that I'm really excited about and some things that I'm really frustrated with. It feels like everything seems to be evening out in a nice way. However, today I spent a lot of time walking around, and our part of Portland is very beautiful right now. Lots of flowers are blooming. The trees are doing their thing. I haven't taken allergy medicine for the last few weeks, and I'm still mostly doing okay. It does feel like there might be like a goblin with a feather duster somewhere up my nose, but it hasn't been horrifying. So I've been kind of enjoying the smells and sights of spring while walking around.
I went outside once. I don't recommend it. It was like outside.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but like very little climate control out there.
I know. It's
like
crazy.
Wild. Yeah.
But it's pleasant right now. These are the nice days for walking around outside. It's sometimes a little cool, sometimes a little warm, but mostly it's kind of in between.
I mean, I'll take your word on it, but like a little suspect.
So we've got one of those Adventure Time episodes that really tugs at the heartstrings coming up first. Heartstrings? Yeah.
Oh, those emotions
there's
you guys
like
are
a thing.
paddling on about. Yeah.
So I do have a
Ooh, I feel things.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. How about you stop bragging? Go back to your unfeeling corner.
I have a treat for us.
Oh, is it emotions? Because I don't want them.
Oh my God. Yeah, I invited Chris the Emotion Lord to join us.
Oh, thank Christ. Or thank Chris. Eric is going into his bag.
Yes, I have chocolate. I'm pretty sure Alex likes chocolate. It's got Marzipan in the middle, or as I guess I'm supposed to say, Marzipan.
Well, that's the way Americans pronounce it. Can I see it? Before you open?
Yeah.
There are certain things that are tricky that I cannot eat that lie about being glutinous.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something glutinous in there. I didn't look at the ingredient list. I just popped it open because I figured sometimes a little bit of suffering is worth a little bit of suffering. Or a little bit of joy.
Invert sugar. What is this?
Invert sugar? That's sugar.
No, I just think it's a funny phrase.
I was going to make something up. I have no idea what invert sugar is.
It's sugar that's upside down. I'm debating dark chocolate, sugar cane, cocoa butter, whole milk, powder emulsifier. Probably not.
Not even one square?
Maybe one square, but like if I get a raw tummy, blame your friendship. Okay.
I can handle that.
I mean, yeah, because I'm not going to report back to you on it, so it's not. you'll like literally never know.
So the other day I was at a bus stop in Southeast Portland, and right next to the bus stop is Edelweiss, which is a little German deli sort of thing. And so I was like, oh man, I gotta go get some good chocolate. So I ran in and I got this chocolate bar, and it's been waiting for us to record.
All right, I'm down. Would you like a lick of my flavor bar? That's a quote from The Simpsons. Uther, I have in my hands a piece of chocolate with what on the inside can only be described as like a marzipan-like substance.
That's literally what it is. That's what I said.
Yeah, I know. I was being facetious.
Oh, oh, that's nice. Oh, it's kind of Kind of a little boozy.
The chocolate's really good. I don't think I like marzipan.
Oh, that's a bummer.
The chocolate's very nice, though. The outer layer is very pleasant.
Well,
Do I not like marzipan? Is that true?
I don't know.
I don't either. Trying to just get a marzipan part. No, it's all right. It's growing on me now. I think I just like the chocolate a lot more than the, like, I think what I'm getting is, I kind of wish there wasn't marzipan. Like, the marzipan's nice, but it's like, I kind of just wish it was like just chocolate. But it's very good. I thank you for it, because I haven't had marzipan in probably 25 years.
Really? Oh, man.
I think I was living in New Jersey the last time I had any of that stuff.
So the first time I had marzipan was in Lübeck, in the city that this chocolate came from.
Oh, cool.
So one of the things I really like when I go to German delis is I look for chocolate with marzipan.
I went to, or I was friends in high school with a kid whose last name was Lübeck.
Oh. So I remember you.
And you will remember me.
I love this episode, and this episode
Loves you.
Makes me cry every time I watch it, and I cried this morning when I watched it. I cried. I ate my breakfast and I cried, and then I took notes.
I watched it with sullen American perseverance and gumption, feeling nothing. I stared, blank face, and then I occasionally got angry because I'm American, and that's what I'm allowed to be as a male. This episode's great. I did not. I get a little misty at the end, but I don't. We'll talk about it when we get there, because the thing I have to say is related directly to the last 8 seconds of the episode, and that's probably not the thing you start the episode talking about.
Well,
see, I'm getting good at this.
I think the beginning of the episode, one of the things that's really interesting is when Ice King is doing the Marceline's Fry song.
Yeah.
And he comes out in this Marceline wig. Gunther is like super happy.
Yes.
He loves that wig. I don't think he gives a shit about Marceline, but he loves the wig.
Yeah, Gunther has a little floating heart above his head at one point.
Oh, yeah?
Which is weird, because this is the most, like, enamored we've seen Gunther with the Ice King, which is, as we learn later, out of character for that, in quotes, penguin.
Yeah. JT Dog Zone comes up again.
Yeah, our favorite. Yeah.
And then there's also, I love when Ice King is like, "Quick, Gunther, to the past room."
Yes. The past room is terrific.
The past room.
Oh, yeah, the past room.
Mm-hmm.
I question how that stuff has been there that long. Only because the first time we see him interact with it, he's just like, "I'm just going to rip all these pages out and walk away with it."
I know, yeah.
It seems, I mean, whatever. It's not, I was just one of those, like, it's strange. Like, oh, I've kept this stuff for 1,000 years, and then the one time we get to see it as an audience, like, oh, I'll just rip the fucking pages out of the back of the book.
Yeah, I agree that that's sort of a funny thing. There's also one of Betty's scarves is in that room.
Oh,
and
I didn't see that.
I'm sort of like, how would a scarf last for 1,000 years?
I mean, they've got batteries and shit still, so I mean, it's
true.
I think we've accepted that there's a lot of stuff that's lasted 1,000 years. But
It's just so cold there. The ice, does the ice help?
Well, wait a second. I've seen 4,000-year-old scarves, like from Egypt.
Yeah, but they were in bad shape.
Yeah, but I'm saying that, maybe not.
Yeah, it could survive.
Yeah,
I guess
it's only 1,000 years. Come on.
Yeah, just 1,000 years.
Yeah, it's made out of that merino wool. That shit lasts forever.
So we learned some weird stuff about Ice King in this episode. This is only the third time that anybody has referred to him as Simon. So we still haven't had the big reveal.
Wait, what big reveal?
I mean, it's not a big reveal, but like we haven't the past between Marceline and Simon hasn't been fully fleshed out. Right? We've just had some little.
I just meant like a specific part. I'm like, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm sure I know what you're talking about, but my brain is not connecting.
I'm not sure that there's a really big reveal left with that story. Like we know, I think already that Ice King was Simon Petrikov, and that Simon took care of of young Marceline. Yeah. So I don't think that that's the big reveal. But it feels like the Ice King Marceline story, like the stuff that gets revealed later on, is just sort of filling in the stuff. I think one of the weirdest things about it is like, Simon is driven insane by the Ice King crown, but somehow there is some part of him that still links him to Marceline. You know, Marceline talks
Yeah.
about how she keeps moving and he keeps finding her.
Yeah, and then the first song he sings, where he's singing like, how can I get Princess Bubblegum to love me? Oh, please,
yeah.
pretty much anyone love me. I'm so alone. Why won't anybody tell me what's wrong with me? And that's like, oh boy, that's a puller. Because like, yeah, it's interesting because like he sort of knows that he doesn't know who he is, but also he doesn't actually know that. Like he's like, I don't really remember, or don't I? Like, you know, have I always been this way? But I mean, you know, on a spiritual level, on a be here now Ramdassian level. I mean, Ice King's kind of perfect. Like he's just in the moment. There is no past. There is no future. He's just a creature existing.
Yeah. It's just a shame that he's so dangerous.
Well, I mean, come on. He's not that dangerous unless you're a princess or anybody near him.
I mean, I guess one of the nice things about it is a really weird dynamic though. Like Marceline and the Ice King are both, they've both been alive for over 1,000 years, and they've been tied together for that whole time. Marceline sort of had like a really, like she hasn't shown up a ton, right? She's been around, but hasn't really been main character status.
Yeah, in comparison to where she leads. Yeah.
But it's sort of interesting to see that she has so much character development and so much change or so much depth added to her, you know, because when we first saw her, when she was just like, you know, trying to scare Finn and Jake, like, that was, she could have been a throwaway character at that point. But now, you know, she's important.
Yeah. She's kind of, you know, fifth lead-ish, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but on a show with this many characters, that's actually pretty high up.
It is, and I love how they slowly develop the arc, the story between Simon and Marceline.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what they intended originally. This is definitely something that added on later.
Yeah, good animation and vocal performance by Livy Olsen, where she sees Ice King fly outside outside the house, and they just do no. Like there's like this like, oh, I don't want to deal with this right now. Like you can't come in here and make me feel these things. And it's really well done. Which,
oh man,
it's hard to do. I mean, it's a single syllable animated. It carried a lot.
It really carried a lot. Yeah, the other one that I really liked is when she takes the apple out of the fridge and then just sort of like slumps down on the floor and like pushes the apple away. I thought that there were some really, it makes this episode really good.
Yeah. Like the animation did get a lot better this season.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah. I think we
kind of
probably first noticed it when Princess Bubblegum's style kind of got updated, and we were talking about like the close-ups that were happening in that one episode a while back.
The next episode we're going to talk about today has that same thing. Her face looks much more expressive.
Yeah. So some fun things about this episode. Like, I mean, I'm not sure what to say about this episode except that I feel like it's unskippable. Like if you are rewatching Adventure Time and you really want to get the full experience, you need to get a box of Kleenexes and watch I Remember You. You can't skip this one. You're probably going to get a little misty-eyed. If you've never watched it before, you're going to get a little confused. But
if you never watched it before, you're not going to get misty-eyed at all, because this episode is like there's no emotion in it unless you know the characters.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, literally, this episode means nothing unless you're very familiar with these characters. Not nothing, but there's not. This doesn't. I think it's the problem with. No, there's no problem. This episode's fucking brilliant, but the reason I didn't have the emotional hit I was expecting is because we don't have enough of the backstory. I mean, we talked about it long enough. I can kind of break my silence and end here. Is the end where we see Simon and Marceline for a second, and he gets the little
Hambo.
I couldn't think of the name of it, and gives it to her for the first time, and they're like, he's still kind of human, and she's whatever the hell she is, and she's a little girl. Like that world, like that first episode that we see them fully in the past, that's the one that like kills me, and that's the one that carries weight for me. But if you were like watching this out of like, let's say this is the second episode you watch of the show, like I'd be like, what does that even fucking mean? Like, oh, I guess they used to know each other. Like, there's not that kind of depth.
That's a good point.
I mean, there's definitely there. Like, it's there for us because we've watched all of it. But because in my head, I always think how do you get someone to speed run Adventure Time to get to the good episodes? It's something that we've struggled with in the 4 seasons we're doing this. That this would be one of them. But it's like, well, you need at least 3 episodes of Ice King and Marceline before this to even get a hint of why this means anything. And yeah, it's an interesting kind of thought experiment that I'm never going to go through because we've already done the show for 4 seasons.
Yeah,
like,
and
we're already getting to the good stuff. So like, it's like, yeah, like this is the good
man.
stuff. Like this is to me like the fulcrum point of like, oh, cool. Now it's episodic storytelling. I mean, there's still a lot of one-offs, but like,
I mean, season 5 is brilliant.
this starts
I'm
the
so
story. You know,
excited about
we get
season
Farm
5.
World and Lich and Prismo. I think shows up season 5, like in like actual Prismo. Like it's the story that leads to the end of Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Which I'm looking forward to because it's embarrassing to talk about a children's show as an adult. So.
Is it?
No, I just thought it'd be funny to say. I don't get paid to be here. Like I'm choosing to be here. You're not getting paid, are you?
Wait, you're not getting paid?
No. What are you getting?
Oh, like $1 million an episode.
No wonder you got Marzipan money. You're gonna be showing up here with Ferrero Rochers like a proper rich guy.
Oh, Ferrero Rochers are so blue collar.
I think we both said that really well for probably the hardest thing to pronounce in the world.
Yeah.
Like we didn't do it great, but like I think we did really well for. We probably haven't said that in a while.
I haven't.
And
I'm trying to think. Did I add an extra syllable?
I think you had a slightly longer kind of second R, but like
isn't it Ferrero Rocher or is it Ferrero?
No, I think it's Ferrero. No, maybe. Okay, let me put it this way. I want to say Ferrero. That is the word I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Whether or not that is actually the name of the product, I cannot answer that. But I can say that in my brain, that is the category index of syllables that need to be said is that one.
That sounds good.
Yeah. And it's from some foreign country. I can pronounce it any way I want.
So one cool thing in this episode that sort of ties it into the next episode, the final episode of the season, is Simon was the one who found the Enchiridion, right? Originally.
Wait, is that in this world?
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, the newspaper clip that Marceline, that's one of the newspaper clips is the one where Simon has discovered the Enchiridion. He loses it again, but
yeah, no, you're totally right. Because there's that alternate world where he finds it and then gets blown up by the bomb or whatever. Like I forgot. Yeah, totally. You're 100% right.
Yeah, so we do see the Enchiridion in a newspaper clip. And then the other thing that I really love, that weird instrument that they have that they're playing.
The like guitar looking thing? Yeah.
That's an Omnichord.
Oh. Yeah, he's like a bad guy and he like punches people's brains off. I know it's Omni-Man. Sorry.
It was an instrument, I think, made by like Sony in like the 80s.
It looked Sony.
Yeah, it was an 80s instrument. It's amazing that one of them lasted 1,000 years, but it's pretty cool that it was in this episode.
Yeah. I mean, we're friends with a Game Boy on this show, so like shit lasts. I mean, they built stuff to last in the land of Oo, or, the whatever they called it. Because we still don't know if it was actually Earth. Well, they have
It was
shears.
actually Earth.
Yeah, I know, but like...
But we have like artifacts.
Yeah, but we don't have sentient BMOs, and the world ended in the late 90s, isn't it, in the show?
I don't know that there's any definite date.
I thought they dated it at one point. This is like fan dating. But because of the show's reference, like there's a point where the show stopped getting referenced. Because keep in mind, it's all Mr. Belvedere and the Cheers theme are the ones that...
Right.
And then I think maybe even there was a cell phone reference. It doesn't matter. I think there's a fan theory accepted when the bomb went off, and it was... Okay. I think we're past that point in our actual history. And we still don't have BMOs.
No.
We got that little freaking Ibo dog, that piece of shit. Sitting there trying to do flips. Oh, yeah, look at me. I'm trying to be cute and a robot. Yeah, I see you trying to take over.
Well,
I've drank a lot of coffee today.
Yeah, you seem like you're really on top of things.
Yeah, I literally had my 4th cup of coffee before you got here because I've been sleeping really badly. So yeah, I'm vibrating. Like I can like the Flash through doors right now.
Let's do it. Just run at the wall.
I just did.
Oh, and you came back.
Yeah, you didn't say. I've just like 6 times already.
Yeah, well, I haven't. I only had a little bit of caffeine today, so I am obviously operating on a much slower.
Well, you can run through the screen door.
I might later.
Yeah, I mean, I got to buy a screen door first, but.
Yeah, I don't know that I have a whole lot more to say about this episode. Except,
yeah, I mean, sorry, go.
I did pause it so I could read the stuff on the back of Marceline's picture.
Oh, it's just what she says, though.
Yeah,
right?
it is. But yeah, I mean, like that's such a tearjerker of a thing. Like Marceline going through Simon's notes and turning them into lyrics on the fly, and the Ice King just being like, "Oh yeah, this is great," and having no awareness of what's going on.
I did like the "Forgive me for whatever I do when I don't remember you." That's
such a good line.
It's a great line for Simon to write, and then also like lyrically that flows really nicely.
Yeah.
Audience at home, I made like a little writing in the air motion with my hand to denote flowing nicely.
Yes, air scribbles. I think we'll call
air
them.
scribbles. Yes, that's
air cursive.
Hey, there's no rules that scribbles can't play in basketball. It's an Air Bud reference.
Yeah, I mean this episode is just is a real piece of art. It's one of the best ones out of the entire series.
I disagree with that.
Okay, well you're wrong.
No, it's a very good episode, like very, very quality. But I would say it's not one of the best ones only because it doesn't stand up on its own legs. Like you need a lot of backstory. There's a lot of other versions.
Do you think that an episode needs to stand on its own legs in order to
be like, not that in order to be like the best of the series? Yeah, I think it needs to be like a little more standalone. Like, Daddy, Why'd You Steal My Fries? That original episode.
Yeah,
you could just watch that episode. I've never seen an episode of Adventure Time, and you got it.
That's
all
true.
The characters are introduced, and that is not a knock on this episode. That is just
okay.
Like,
I see what you're saying.
You're saying S tier. I'm saying A+ tier. Like it's
yeah. I don't know what those tier things mean, but I've been
S
hearing
is the
them a
best
lot.
one. Yeah.
Why is S the best one?
Actually, I don't know where it comes from, but it's a ranking system that kids use. It's S and then A through F, like the American school system, A through F. But S is on top.
Like superior.
It's from
I thought I saw something called. Okay, maybe
I know how to use it, and I've seen the ranking systems, but I actually don't know. I think it's from a game.
Okay, well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna learn some millennial slang. This might be post-millennial.
I think this is probably millennial.
Okay.
Oh no, it's not. It's literally just from Japan.
Oh.
Apparently in Japan they have, according to this one answer on Reddit, S tier is a variation of S rank, which is judge performance on basic completion. Oh wait, no. Wait. Yeah. Originally created in Japan, anything below C was considered a failure. The S rank allowed for a wider range of acceptable grades. So basically you can't be mediocre or, C. So they said, well, B and A are the passing grades, but it's like, well, we kind of need more people to pass. So they say S rank is the explanation here. And this guy has a link to describe it, which I'm not going to click on. But the fact that there's a link in here makes me at least think this probably might be a good answer.
This is how you determine, ladies and gentlemen, if something on the internet is true.
Well, this is how you determine something on the internet is true while you're recording a show, and it's very unprofessional for me to be looking shit up during it. That was very.
We do it almost every show.
Yeah, but that was very much a audience. I don't know if you know this, but Eric handles the editing of the show these days, and that was me just trying to make it easier on him. That there's not 2 30-second gaps as I if I was in my room by myself, I would be checking a little more thoroughly than that one link on Reddit I saw.
Oh no, I feel like the
answer above it was from Quora, so at least I went to a slightly more reputable source.
Oh shit, I don't even know which one of those is more trustworthy.
Reddit's much better, because at least Reddit, there's like the consensus of the crowd. Quora is like the Yahoo answers of modern times.
Yeah.
It's just the dumbest people saying dumb shit.
It is indeed.
Hey,